What's up guys, and it's time to do the ultimate speed test comparison between the iPhone 13 Pro Max, 12 Pro Max and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. This speed test was requested by a lot of people, especially after that new iOS 15 update. Today we'll be testing out everything including app opening, gaming, rendering, and RAM management. Before we begin, I want to give a big shout out to ESR for making this video possible. ESR is a brand that has a 12-year history of improving the user experience with their amazing innovative products. To make your navigation experience easier, ESR is bringing their brand new Halo Lock magnetic wireless charger. This is world's first and Amazon's #1 MagSafe wireless car charger, rocking a powerful magnetic lock that holds up to 900 grams versus Apple's 700 grams, while giving you fast charging speeds to ensure the best navigation experience. Now for easier next level media consumption, we have the Halo Lock Kickstand wireless charger. This is a small, super pocketable wireless charger that has a powerful built-in kickstand which makes your media consumption experience easier, while at the same time deliver fast wireless charging speeds. It will fit easily in your bag or in your pocket thanks to its compact size and removable cable. Now lastly, but most importantly, for easier protection, ESR brings Halo Lock cases. These cases are up to 3 times more scratch resistant than your typical cases, along with military grade protection against drops. Plus they have strong magnets that can hold up to a whopping 1100 grams versus Apple's default 700 gram for a super secure lock with MagSafe style accessories. Best of all, if you use my special link in the description with code XEETECHCARE, you'll get a special discount, so click the link in the description. Okay, so turning on all these phones at the same time, as usual, this is what we do in the beginning of our test, just to see which one can load their respective software faster than the other. Of course, we're running iOS 15.0.2 on all these phones, and looking from the current situation, it seems like the iPhone 13 Pro Max is the fastest one, the 12 Pro Max not that far behind, and then we have the iPhone 11 Pro Max, again with the latest iOS 15.0.2. Before we open up the applications, I just want to show you guys the differences between the Geekbench 5 scores. Apple is the best when it comes to smartphone chipset game. With each generation, you can see that we have a pretty respectable increase in both multi-core and single-core performance. The biggest difference between these phones when it comes to the speed is definitely with the display. With the iPhone 13 Pro Max, you get 120Hz refresh rate, which is definitely a big deal. Alright, kicking off the apps opening with Subway Surfer, you can see the 13 Pro Max being the fastest one, followed by the iPhone 11 Pro Max and then the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Moving on from here, we're going to be launching Instagram on all these phones. Once again, we're looking at the same kind of story. iPhone 12 Pro Max just a little bit slow there. When it comes to scrolling, again, they are all very smooth, but 120Hz is on a different level. Let's check out which phone launches the Insta camera first, and looking at the slow-mo, the iPhone 12 Pro Max seems to be just a tiny bit quicker. Moving on, we have the much requested Pubg game launch, and this is one of the big games we have on this test. And looking at the loading time, it seems like the iPhone 13 Pro Max is quicker, followed by the 12 Pro Max and then the 11 Pro Max. You can see loading times are done on all these phones. As far as the graphics are concerned, all these phones have the extreme frame rate option along with the Ultra HD option. Let's quickly launch the match at the same time on all these phones. By the way, they were individually tested on the Wi-Fi, so we have the maximum kind of internet speed going on all these phones. So looking at the in-game loading time, we have the iPhone 12 Pro Max quicker, just a slightly quicker than the iPhone 13 Pro Max, very much neck and neck, and now followed by the iPhone 11 Pro Max. As far as the performance is concerned, this game will run really good, really smooth, actually no lag whatsoever. Considering the iPhone 11 Pro Max is an old phone, I've used it personally and it's still kicking the performance. You know, it's really impressive. Next up, we have YouTube, pretty neck and neck. The 12 Pro Max definitely quicker than the other iPhones. Then comes Spotify, where the 12 Pro Max is a little slower. Moving on to Quora, and this is where the 12 Pro Max is now faster. So all these phones are just going back and forth depending on their mood. Literally, there's not much of a huge difference. We mainly see the difference when we're launching the game applications. But even with the simple applications like Twitter, I gotta say the iPhone 11 Pro Max is keeping up really good with the latest generation despite being on the latest iOS 15.0.2. Now moving on to Asphalt 9, another big game that we have on these phones. It's a free game that I highly recommend you guys play. I think you guys already play this because it's super popular. So 13 Pro Max being the fastest one with this loading time, followed by 11 Pro Max surprisingly, and the 12 Pro Max is now done. So you can see 11 Pro Max still really good. Let's check out the in-game loading times, and this is where we have something opposite going on. 12 Pro Max beating out the 13 Pro Max, followed by the 11 Pro Max. So like I said, it's just different things going on. If the 11 Pro Max is quicker with the app opening, it definitely not as quick as the other iPhones when it comes to the in-game loading times. But when you look at the actual game performance on all these phones, incredible 60 FPS performance, no lag whatsoever. You can have incredible gaming time. Next up, we have another game which is called as Altos Adventure, and this is where all these phones are taking time in loading, but it seems like the iPhone 13 Pro Max is just a tiny bit quicker, not much of a difference in comparison to the 12 Pro Max. 11 Pro Max definitely did take 1 second more than the other iPhones, not a big deal. Once again, the in-game performance is really good on all three devices. Moving on to Google applications, we have the iPhone 13 Pro Max being the quickest, followed by the 12 and then the 11 Pro Max. Scrolling once again looks to be the smoothest on the 13 Pro Max thanks to the 120Hz refresh rate. Then comes my favorite stage, which is the video rendering time, and surprisingly the app opens up quicker on the 12 Pro Max and the 11 Pro Max, followed by the 13 Pro Max. I've never really done this test on like major flagship iPhones together, but looking at this result, I'm just shocked. The 11 Pro Max actually beats out both of these two iPhones by a big mark. I don't know what's going on. I actually did this twice just to be sure by completely deleting the project and then rendering it out again. It was still quicker than both of these two phones. So very surprising result there. Definitely has something to do with the optimization. Maybe the app isn't really updated all that well with these latest devices. So still you can see the 13 Pro Max pulls through, definitely beats out the 12 Pro Max by a huge margin. We actually applied the same LUT as well with the full intensity, so you can see the 13 Pro Max is now done. 12 Pro Max took another 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, and then it was done as well. Now finally, we're back with the RAM management. We just have a glitch going on the 11 Pro Max, but the Geekbench 5 was there. You can see the Subway Surfer still there on 12 and 13, but 11 kind of refreshed that. We're going to launch the Instagram application that's still there on all these devices. Moving on to Pubg, that's still there on the 13 Pro Max, and it's actually still there on the 12 Pro Max, but the 11 Pro Max completely refreshed it. So you can now see a little bit of, limitations of the 11 Pro Max with the RAM management. You can see YouTube, all the other stuff is still in the memory on both 13 Pro and the 12 Pro. And same can be said with the 11 Pro, but it's still doing a little bit of refreshes with some applications. Like if we just quickly launch Asphalt 9, that was completely refreshed on the 11 Pro Max. So the RAM management definitely is really good on the latest 13 Pro Max, and it's also really good on the 12 Pro Max. I gotta say, it's actually improved on the 12 Pro Max on the latest iOS 15. So definitely Asphalt 9 took a lot of energy on the 11 Pro Max. So you can definitely see that rest of the apps are still there. It's not that far, considering it's a 2-year-old phone. It's still doing incredibly well, especially that video rendering performance. So that is all with this triple speed test comparison between all these phones. I gotta say, incredible performance, especially for the 11 Pro Max, considering it's 2-year-old. 12 Pro Max still very much similar to 13 Pro Max. Again, the big difference comes down to that 120Hz refresh rate. That is the thing that's gonna make the whole lot of difference. Other than that, these devices are still very capable. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to check out my offer with ESR. The links are mentioned in the description. With that being said, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.